children, whoever is watching. This is Dustin. Along with me always is Trey. We are gonna have a fun weekend.
I'm
Oh,
actually mad excited for this weekend.
me too.
As I say, I'm very I guess intrigued. I don't know. It's kind of like there's a bunch of mystery around the weekend. I mean, I guess it's always mystery around the Rumble time,
hmm
but even more so because we're gonna be at the Rumble.
And this is gonna only be my second live event ever, and I'm super stoked for it. Can't wait. Um, Not only will I probably get to see you there, we'll get to see Jacob, but man, we're recording early on Thursday, guys, because we are both going to the Rumble. So as of I sure this is gonna release tomorrow. That's when I'm thinking we're releasing it. So we're recording a day early because I'm leaving early. I'm leaving on Friday. That way we can get to the Rumble, get to the hotel. Me and my girlfriend are gonna browse San Antonio, uh, and then Saturday's the Rumble. So I am super stoked.
Meanwhile, I'm leaving at 10 o'clock in the morning Saturday morning, driving 4 hours to watch or 4 hours, have a few hours before the Rumble, watching the Rumble, and then leaving after and coming 4 hours back home. It's gonna
It's gonna
be
be a great time, honestly.
it is. It is. I'm gonna be absolutely exhausted. I'm sleeping all day Sunday.
The Royal Rumble is my favorite event of the year. I think you said yours is WrestleMania.
Yeah, I
Mine's
don't know. Mine's because mainly you have the big spectacle. Everything's over the top and colorful fireworks. It's just a big. It's a big ordeal. It's the Super Bowl of wrestling.
not gonna lie. I'm super excited to listen to Hardy sing live. Even if he's only singing one song, it's probably my favorite song by him.
See, my girlfriend is mad jealous about that for one, and two, she's like, "Oh, Hardy's performing. I guarantee you he's gonna play this song." And then, like 2 days later, they were like, "Oh, on Twitter they posted, oh, like come, Hardy's performing at the Rumble. He's performing sold out." And she
Mm-hmm.
was right. I actually have only listened to it one time, but it seems like a very correct song to sing or perform in front of
Yeah.
a bunch of drunk wrestling fans.
See, when he dropped his new song, radio song, everybody was like, "Oh, he might sing that." And I was like, "Dude, there's no way he's performing that live." Like, Sold Out's kind of pushing it because he drops the F bomb quite a few times.
He'll either mute or not mute it, but
Yeah,
mute it. Jesus, he'll censor
he'll find
himself,
another word.
or yeah, or I mean, or he'll just drop it because it's live, and it's like
Yeah,
it's going on it's like it's going on Peacock. I don't think.
yeah,
Do they show the performances? I
yeah.
don't think they do. They
Yeah,
do.
they show the performances.
Oh, I always fast forward
When
through that.
when Bad Bunny performed a couple of Rumbles ago, they
I
showed
do
it
remember
all.
that, but that was no.
I
I
don't
was
think they had
listening.
anybody last year performing though.
Rumble, I don't think they did. Mania, they didn't, which I was kind of surprised about that. Or if they did, it was before the show, and I missed it because I got there like 10 minutes before the show started.
I don't remember if they had anybody performing live at Mania. Um, I know you're excited to see Rhea Ripley.
Listen, we don't talk about it.
Who else are you excited to see?
For sure, I've seen Ray once, but it's always good to see Ray. I'm trying to think of people that are confirmed or people I haven't seen in person. I've seen Finn Balor once in person. I'm sure he's got to be in the Rumble, right? Like,
He's not confirmed yet. I
no,
don't
but
think so.
he has to be, right?
Uh, More than likely.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's one of those names that with the thing going on with Ray and Ray's confirmed, I'm sure him, Dom, and Priest will all be in there. At the very minimum, Dominic will. I don't. Like I said, I'm trying to think of people. I haven't seen Bray Wyatt live. That'll be a first.
I kind of want to. I'm not a huge Braun Strowman guy, but I kind of want to hear like the music live. The
Yeah,
rah.
yeah.
Drew McIntyre.
That's a big dude in person.
Is he?
Yes.
I want to witness the sword. He probably won't do it unless he enters 1 or 2. But I just want to see the sword entrance.
Yeah. Speaking of McIntyre like when I went to Mania and he like cut the rope or whatever, that was the loudest thing because it was still early in the show, and they piped it through the speakers,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like nobody was expecting it because why would you? That loud bang they added, I jumped so high out of my chair. It was kind of ridiculous. But yeah, he's a big dude in person.
Karrion Kross. I'm kind of stoked for that.
Yeah,
I was a big Killer Cross guy when he was in Impact.
that's fair.
What about Gunther?
I don't know, cause like before he lost all the weight, he was a big, like, intimidating dude. Once he lost all his weight, he lost all his size too.
Let's go to Gunther for a second. That promo with Triple H and like DX with him was absolutely comedy gold.
I feel like they did that really well too, because it's not the normal like all these old guys are hitting the finishers and all that.
Yeah,
they were just like, I'm too old for that.
They didn't put themselves over.
Yeah,
and I think it was kind of a shot to the last. Was it the last DX reunion where?
It was Raw 25 with FTR.
Was it where? Oh, okay, with FTR.
Yeah.
So everybody was like, "Oh, they're too old to be putting over or being put over on young talent and all this other stuff." And Triple H gets in Gunther's face and does that whole mic thing where he pulls the mic super close, like right here, and he's like, "I'm too old." Or no, he goes, "I'm retired," and Sean's like, "I'm too old for this."
Yeah,
fucking Xbox. I got shin splints, man.
And then they recreated the meme where Angle's looking up at the lights right before Triple H punched him.
Yeah.
They recreated that with Angle looking up at the lights, and then looked back at him. And he's like, "Oh, what? No, what?"
The whole the Road Dogg, Jesse James, the badass Kurt. That was great. That whole segment was amazing. But going back to this participant list, there's 2 people on the confirmed list I'm super stoked for. One, obviously, Cody Rhodes. To hear his music live, I can't wait for it.
I'm excited to not get the same pop as he did for Mania, but hear that pop that he had. Yeah,
in my soul. That's amazing. And then I want to see a legit Kofi Kingston spot.
I hope he doesn't. Hope he doesn't.
Yeah, hopefully he doesn't get up real bad, because that's gonna be something.
To be fair, the only one he's messed up was last year, so he has a pretty damn good record.
So the women's Royal Rumble, though, this is gonna be interesting because there's only 6 confirmed.
Is it 6? I thought it was 7.
It's 6. Oh. There's Liv, Raquel, Rhea, Candice LeRae, Shayna, and Zelina Vega.
And Emma.
Oh, Emma did confirm herself on Monday. That's right.
Yeah, I mean, the women, Rhea, Liv, Alexa, different match, but still, like, Alexa, like, I enjoy seeing them. I don't think I've ever seen Ripley live. I think I've seen Alexa once. I don't think she was. I could be wrong, but I think the women's matches was the snooze fest that was Flair and Rousey, and then Becky and Belair.
True.
So I haven't seen Ripley live. Alexa, I've seen live like once.
Okay, let me ask you this. We're going over who we can't wait to see that's already confirmed. Who do you want to see in the Rumble? The men's Rumble first.
In terms of wanting to see, but I don't think it'll happen.
Yeah, I would like go wild card. Like, it's not likely to happen, but it could.
See, I would love to see like Hurricane and people from like my childhood that I enjoyed. That
Mm.
like, because when I was a child, I've come to figure out that when I was a child, my favorite wrestlers were the bright, colorful, which I feel like is a lot of children, by the way, but like the
Mm.
bright, colorful, athletic, like over the top people. So Jeff Hardy, Rey Mysterio, Ultimo Dragon, Hurricane, stuff like that. So I'd love to see Hurricane just to actually see him in person. I
Okay.
think a Jay White debut would be badass.
I actually have that on here.
I think that would be a like that'd be something surreal to see. Probably not the same level as like an AJ debut if I would have went to like 2016 or something, but that would be kind of a cool moment. It would be something similar to where it's like business changing.
Yeah. Honestly, if they do a debut of anybody that they've signed in the recent years, I feel like it's gonna be Gable Stevenson.
I
Like
hope not. I
I
just
I don't think it's going to happen
yeah.
because I'm pretty sure he's still doing his like college classes and all that other stuff. He's still committed to all that. But I feel like if he debuts any time, it's gonna be a Royal Rumble.
I hope not. Honestly, I've watched him. I think it was Mania. He had a little spot, and
Yeah.
it was mid.
Um. Honestly, I wouldn't mind seeing Chris Masters come back.
I would actually love that.
Dude, could you imagine if he comes back as Chris Masters, Chris Adonis, whatever you want to call him? To hear his music, that would, dude, it would send chills down my spine because it's been that long.
I got one for you. That I don't know how likely it is, but I figured out of everybody I would like to see is probably one of the most likely ones. But Matt Cardona.
Okay. Yeah. That'd be
I was
nice.
a huge Zack Ryder fan whenever he was doing like the half tights, half trunks, and then like the Long
When he
Island
retired
IC.
Dreamer.
Yeah, like that era of him, or like the just take care spiky hair, like that was cool. And to see him leave and recreate himself and basically
Dude,
the same
he's
thing
done.
Cody did, I would love for
Yeah.
him to come back.
And it would only be fitting if he came back the Rumble that Cody wins.
Yeah, because they're also really close friends.
Dude, could you imagine a Final Four being Cody Rhodes, Zack Ryder, The Miz, and Dolph Ziggler?
That'd be cool.
I actually saw something, and I wasn't gonna bring this up yet. I was gonna wait till after the Royal Rumble with the next episode we record with like a fantasy pitch.
Okay.
But I saw it, and I just have to like get it off my chest because I've been holding it in this long.
All right.
Imagine that Zack Ryder comes back, but he changes his name back to Matt Cardona for in WWE. Like he doesn't go by Zack Ryder, he goes by Matt Cardona.
Okay.
And he talks with Cody Rhodes, he talks with Dolph Ziggler, talks with The Miz, and they form a stable.
Okay.
And they wreck house. They go after Judgment Day, they go after the Bloodline. They're not a good guy and they're not bad guys. But those four guys are so over right now. Even The Miz, like everybody loves to hate The Miz. Am I
So the
wrong?
only problem with that is you'd have to turn Miz and Dolph face, or I
They
mean,
could be they could
well,
be in betweeners.
yeah, but I mean, Miz is such a heel, and Cody
Or
is such a face that like you have to blur the lines between both of them.
or you can make Cody and Dolph faces and make Matt Cardona and The Miz heels, and they just bash like they fight each other all the time about what to do because
Yeah,
Cody wants to do the right thing, and The Miz and Matt are like, nah, screw that, we're not doing it like that, and then they go doing their own thing, and it finally like splits them up.
yeah,
But that's a whole nother thing. That's all for a whole
yeah,
nother like
yeah.
episode, fantasy, whatever. Um, if you had to pick a final four for the Rumble, who are you picking?
Cody, obviously. Um, honestly, Cody, Sami Zayn, Jay and Solo.
Okay, that's actually a pretty wild pick.
Just because, like, realistically, who else?
I wrote down Cody, Sammy, Seth Rollins, and Austin Theory.
See, I could get Seth. I don't really get Austin unless you're just. I mean, yeah, trying to give him the rub. I guess. I'm just talking like I'm thinking storyline.
Yeah,
You have
honestly,
all the tension with the trial between Solo and Sammy, and then Jay's now helping Sammy or helped Sammy, and it's like, oh, when Sammy wins, he has to challenge Roman, and or it's like, oh, Solo's there to take Sammy out, and then they all kind of implode, and then Cody wins.
yeah.
And that just causes more cracks for it to finally start busting because it's coming.
I'm gonna call this here. It's not gonna happen this Rumble. May not happen next Rumble. Austin Theory is going to win a
Oh
Royal
yeah,
Rumble
oh yeah.
at some point in his career. I say in the next, I'm gonna say next 4 years.
Yeah, I believe that. I'm 100% behind that.
And
He's
he
got
deserves it.
he's got it.
Yeah, he's as much as people hate to compare him to him, he is the John Cena of this era.
I wouldn't say
Like,
quite yet, but unless you mean like the young upstart,
yes, the young
like
upstart.
like prototype John Cena trying
Yes.
yeah, okay, that's fair.
Yes, prototype John Cena. He's like a spitting image of him, dude.
Yeah.
If you take away the beard and just do the baby face, like clean shaven, he's a complete remake. And
that's fair.
John Cena could come up with that line that he used on Roman Reigns saying, "You're a corporate bootleg."
I would love to see like a John Cena. That'd be somebody else I wouldn't mind seeing. I know he won't because he just did his thing, but just
but hear me out.
The Cena pop.
Hear me out. So this isn't my men's Royal Rumble surprise that we're doing. We're not. This isn't any of my predictions. Pat McAfee's done with NCAA.
I mean, that'd be cool.
What a better time to bring him back.
Yeah.
Surprise entrant?
Yeah.
Maybe?
It's one of those ones just to get the pop, and then he'll last a few minutes, maybe get an elimination, and then thrown out, like easily thrown out. Or he'll come in, get his,
Shinsuke eliminates him?
No, it wouldn't.
Plot twist?
Right. That'd be a heel thing, though.
Oh, Baron Corbin eliminates him, dude.
Yeah.
Because he hates Baron Corbin.
That's probably who it would be, too. I think Baron is another... Oh, he's already announced. Just kidding. I'm looking at it right now. I was going to say, he's another guy... Yeah. I was going to say, he's another guy that has to be in it, but he's already announced as of, like, 2 weeks ago.
Alright, so I know we're doing, like... Who would you like to see? Who would you like to see in the Final Four? If Cody wasn't already a for sure winner, and The Rock wasn't a close number 2 if he comes back, pick a winner.
Jey Uso.
Jey Uso going back to main event Jey?
Yeah.
Okay.
Even have them, because, like, at least one of them, or at least one or two of the Bloodline is going to be in it.
Yeah.
One, because they're the top act. Two, it's going to be like if you win, then at Mania you lay down for Roman.
You bow down to me.
Yeah.
The Poke of Doom.
Yeah, pretty much. It'll be something like that. That'll be like the plan. But if it wasn't like one of the ones that pretty much everybody thinks it's going to be, and that I hope it is, I'd say main event Jey. Have him actually want to get it and be like, nah, you've been holding me back.
Okay. So if I had any of the Bloodline in it, I'm saying Sammy is in it. And
yeah.
I honestly feel like they should have waited for the Judgment Day tag team match for the Rumble.
Yeah.
Because if I'm being honest with you, the Rumble card's a little like on the side.
I mean, if you think about it, though, you have both Rumble matches. That's almost
True.
3 hours just along like by themselves.
True.
So
For my wild card winner, I'm saying Sami Zayn or Kevin Owens.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have 3 other names on the list, but they're not super likely. I had Seth Rollins, but he's already won a Rumble in the past, was it 5 years?
Something
Which,
like
that doesn't mean anything because Steve Austin won 2 in a row. So
Yeah.
I have Austin Theory, but once again, he's not winning this one. He's probably not winning the next one, but he's winning one. They have Bray Wyatt. I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't hate it, but I also wouldn't know how I'd feel about it.
I just feel like Bray doesn't. His character doesn't need. I'd be like Undertaker winning the Rumble.
Yeah, true. His character doesn't need it, is what you're trying to say.
Yeah, like it just. I feel like it doesn't fit his character. To like, getting a title shot, yes, but entering the Rumble to get a title, like earning your title shot through something like that, I feel like isn't character. Plus, him and LA Knight are just starting. This one match isn't going to be the end of it.
Okay. So, before we get to our Royal Rumble predictions, I'm just going to let the audience know this is probably going to be a shorter episode because, once again, it's not a whole lot of news. We're going to the Rumble. We're not looking at leaks because, once again, we're going to the Rumble. So this episode's about having fun. Just me, Trey. Jacob gave us his prediction, so we'll go off his predictions too. We're gonna be doing a competition. Trey will explain it here in a little bit. But I asked to do a pitch. If you had to fantasy pitch for the Royal Rumble, what would you? And it's not like already a set thing. This isn't what we think's gonna happen. It's what we want to happen. So Trey, tell me, what is your fantasy pitch for the Rumble?
Honestly, I kind of wish Cena would come back and win it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Ty
feel
Austin.
Not even that. I feel like Ric Flair doesn't need the record anymore. Like I feel like it's time for Cena to break it before he's done wrestling for good.
I feel that too. I felt that for a long time.
I have too, but now it's like now that he wrestled one match last year and it was the day before the last day of the year.
I personally think that we took Cena for granted when he was here.
See, I wasn't even a Cena fan until like a year or two before he like once I got older, I was like, okay, like he's actually, he's not, the most technical wrestling clinic wrestler ever. But
he's got the 7 moves of doom. But I mean,
it's just like Hogan. He's larger than life,
just like Hogan, Chris Jericho. I mean, besides the 1001 holds, he's got a pretty basic move set. Roman Reigns got a pretty basic move set.
Yeah, he was the top guy. He was the figurehead.
Yeah,
and he did it very well. Now, if you ask me, who's gonna put on the best wrestling match ever, ain't no way John Cena is even close.
I think he's only had one 5-star match. It was with CM Punk.
And that one, that honestly was a 5-star match because of the crowd. Because they hyped up and they played the crowd. Yeah, that was a sports entertainment match, which is something Cena does very, very well.
So, my fantasy pitch. The women's rumble is probably going to go first because of who is going to be in the men's rumble. They want to save that for last.
I think the women's rumble starts every year regardless.
There was one year the year Asuka won, it didn't main event. Or yeah, the year Asuka won the women's rumble.
That was the first year they had it though, right?
Maybe, I'm not sure.
I feel like that was what it is. That or no, that never mind. That was a different pay-per-view.
Or maybe when Becky Lynch won.
I don't know. I feel like they start.
I don't know.
More often than they haven't.
But Rhea Ripley is in the Rumble, and she's dominating. And then you hear Beth Phoenix's music. Beth Phoenix runs out to the ring. She eliminates Ripley. Yada yada yada. The winner of the Women's Rumble. So on and so forth. The Men's Rumble comes around. Rhea Ripley's upset because she shouldn't have got eliminated. She feels like she was wronged. So she joins the Men's Rumble. She dominates a little bit. She lasts, I'd say, 20-ish minutes. She eliminates Rey Mysterio. And then her and Dom are in the Rumble together. They're teaming up. And then Dom eliminates Mommy. After all that she's been teaching him, he eliminates her. And then he gets eliminated right after.
I'll say my only question is, where does that lead, though? Are you trying to split up the Judgment Day?
No, just create a little tension. Each team needs a little bit of tension going on.
I mean, you could also do it to where it's like an accidental.
That too, where she's on like the apron and.
Yeah, or like she's on the apron, he hits somebody, they bounce into her, and then knocks her out, and then it's like, oh, crap.
But wouldn't that be some drama? Like, yeah, some nice juicy drama. Or as Vince McMahon says, good shit.
Such good shit. I don't know. Honestly, like for the Women's Rumble, I'd like to see Liv win.
I would too, but I don't think they're gonna give Liv another big shot like that. I don't know why. I just don't think she's gonna get it.
I don't think they'll do it anytime soon. And I was thinking about it, and the only way I can see Liv winning is if Alexa beats Bianca, because both of the champs right now are faces.
True.
So they don't have a face win to challenge a face at Mania hardly ever. And when you do, it's like, I don't know, Rey Mysterio against John Cena, not Liv against Bianca or Charlotte.
Yeah.
So I would like to, but I'm not. I don't know. I would also like to, because that means Alexa wins the belt, and yes to Alexa.
I would love for Alexa Bliss to win the belt again. I love the way she holds the title. So unique, different. Nobody else does it. That's all definitions of unique, but you know. So we are about 30-ish minutes in. So I think we should start our predictions. Should we go over Jacobs first?
I say we go over the rules first, and then Jacobs.
Oh yeah,
and then yours, and then mine.
I'll find Jacobs, and you can start on.
I have it all typed up on a slideshow, or not a slideshow, but a Google thing already, along with mine.
I have it right here too.
So what we're doing is every pay-per-view, me, Dustin, and Jacob are going to get together. We're going to have predictions for the winners of the matches. Every match you get right, you get a point. We're also going to have an X Factor vote. That's going to be worth 2 points, and it'll change. Specifically for the Rumble, it's surprise entrances or people that haven't been announced yet that you think will be in the Rumble. So, let's say my X Factor was Jey Uso. If Jey Uso is in the Rumble as an entrant, I get 2 points. If he's not, I don't lose any points, but I don't gain any points. So 1 point for every winner of the match, 2 points for the X Factor. The X Factor will change every pay-per-view, like I said. Sometimes it'll be something we pick, sometimes it'll be something y'all pick. It just depends on how many people comment, how many people come up with good ideas, which one we like the most, what we think is better. My one question that I asked you earlier, Dustin, do you think it should be... Okay, let me back up. After Mania is over, after night 2, whoever has the most points is going to get a belt. That belt will therefore be defended every pay-per-view after, If you win the pay-per-view, you get the belt.
Yes. Once we get that belt, we can start that.
Yes. So my question is, on the lead up to WrestleMania, this pay-per-view and then the one or two others in the Mania, do we want the winner to get 2 points, the second place to get 1, and then last place to get 0, or is it just win and you get a point and that's it?
Or we can do like a 3-month period, add those points all up. That way, like, whoever has the belt can keep it for a little bit instead of having to get it and then ship it and get it and ship it if they lose. I don't know. Once we get to that point,
yeah,
we can figure all that out.
Yeah. Anyway, we're gonna have a belt. However we decide to do it, whatever point system we come up with, whatever win-loss system, you're gonna win a belt. Hopefully at some point. Unless you're just really bad at predicting, and then whoever the last place is out of us 3 will have a punishment also to be decided beforehand.
Yeah.
With this one, are we doing the lemon?
Yeah, we can do that. Just something small.
Yeah, something small, cheap, easy. Get our first one under the belt. So
has
the
to be
loser,
recorded.
Yes, it'll be on the podcast or like on social media at some point. Probably do it at the end of the podcast recording, honestly. Post it to YouTube. So yeah, last place. So say I get the most points out of this, Jacob gets second, then Dustin has to eat the lemon or whatever.
Wait. Punishment. The Sprite challenge.
That doesn't affect me.
We'll poo on you, okay?
I've done it, and I had like one burp.
And you can do 2 Sprites.
I had one big burp, and I was like, okay. I'm down to do it. I just let you know now. I already know that it doesn't affect me that bad.
Let's do it then. Let's do the Sprite challenge because I've been wanting to try it, and if I lose, that's an excuse.
There you go. It works for me. So loser will do the Sprite challenge. So I covered the points, covered the belt, covered the punishment. That's all I can think of, unless I'm missing something that I've mentioned or.
No, that's all I know of.
And this is, I'll have it typed up nice and neat later, and it's subject to change at any point in time because it's our own creation. So.
And y'all, as an audience, are more than welcome to suggest things. If you think our punishment was too weak, you can suggest a new punishment.
Please do, because having to come up with a new punishment every month is going to get old without doing something like crazy. The only limitation is no spicy, because I don't do spice and Dustin has stomach problems.
So, I have stomach issues, so. But let's get on with this. I have Jacob's predictions all pulled up, so.
Gotcha. I say his, yours, mine.
Okay. Jacob's predictions for the Royal Rumble 2023.
I'm sorry. I forgot one thing. We will have a tiebreaker every pay-per-view too, in case somehow we tie. And it's going to be some random, like, prop bet. Like, right now, the one for this one is the men's Rumble match, the time, like the run time from bell to bell. Closest one wins. It's not, Price is Right. You can't go over. It's just, if you're a second over and the next guy's 2 seconds under, you win because you're closer. Continue.
All right. So his predictions for the Royal Rumble 2023. Bianca Belair, he kind of has like a little pitch to it. Bianca Belair and Alexa Bliss. Bianca retains, but something will involve Bray Wyatt that will further that storyline between Alexa Bliss and Bray. I am all for that.
Agreed.
As much as like I didn't really like crazy Alexa Bliss, I think this is gonna be a lot better because Bray Wyatt has more control over this character than he did in the past. Number 2, Bray Wyatt and LA Knight. He says this one might be a stinker, but I think Bray will win. He said that's all I got.
That's either gonna be really good or really bad, in my opinion.
Yep, it's gonna be a really great match, or we won't be able to see nothing.
If you're gonna have something off the wall, not normal kind of creative like that, those are the two people to do it with. Except for maybe like a Karrion Kross.
Yeah. I
But
love LA Knight, to be honest
oh,
with
I
you.
do too. That's what I'm saying. It's either gonna be really good because those are the two people to do it with, or the whole pitch black match is gonna make the whole stipulation is gonna make the entire match dumb, no matter how good of the performance it is.
True. Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens. Roman will retain, but I believe a turn will happen, whether it's Sami Zayn himself or maybe a main event Jey Uso. Um, he's Women's Royal Rumble. He thinks Ripley, Rhea Ripley will win. Becky Lynch is his X Factor. Thinks Dom will get involved somewhere at the end. His returns and debuts, he's calling. So his X Factor is a safe bet on Becky Lynch. So that's locked in. But he thinks Naomi's going to return, and then maybe Mickey James and Chelsea Green.
See, I was also thinking Mickey James, but then I remembered she just won the Impact Women's belts again.
Yeah.
So I don't believe they would do that back to back years or twice at all with the same person.
Men's Royal Rumble, he's choosing Cody Rhodes that will win, and he's choosing Sami Zayn as his X Factor. So he chose two safe bets. He thinks the Sami Zayn turn will happen there. Sami Zayn will make the final four. Returns. He says Cody. He doesn't think The Rock will be there. He thinks Stone Cold Steve Austin will return. Big E, Rick Boogs, and then he has two out of left field returns, Randy Orton and Jay White. And then he's hoping for a Nick Aldis debut. And then his time for the Royal Rumble is an hour, 23 minutes, and 16 seconds.
All right.
And that is his. So let me know when you're ready for mine.
Oh, I'm good. I'm
All right.
gonna type yours as you say it, I guess.
So I'm gonna start off with Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens. Or do you want me to start off with Bianca and
You're
Bliss?
good whenever. Whichever way you want to go.
Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens. I think Roman's taking this. It's gonna be a hell of a match. Their Rumble match, the last Rumble match they had. I don't know if that was last year or the year before. But that was a hell of a match. I think Kevin Owens got, excuse my language, and grammar, but I think he got hoed out of the title. I think the ref should have kept going, honestly, and stop.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, he was handcuffed and he couldn't get
The last
up.
man standing. Yeah, I forgot that even it happened.
Yeah, and the ref was sitting there watching. Yeah, he stopped counting. I was like, "What the heck?" I was like, "This is stupid." So I think Roman's gonna go over. I personally think Kevin Owens will enter the Rumble afterwards, but that's a maybe. Bray Wyatt is gonna win against LA Knight. As much as I would like LA Knight to win and maybe further the storyline, I think Bray's gonna take it. And then I think something's gonna happen with LA Knight, whether it be he becomes one of the Wyatt Six or something's gonna happen there. Something's gonna happen to further that storyline. I agree with Jacob on the Bianca and Bliss. I think Bray Wyatt or Uncle Howdy will get involved somehow. Whether I'm pretty sure he's gonna get involved and distract Alexa. It's gonna backfire. I have Rhea Ripley winning the Royal Rumble, with my X Factor being Beth Phoenix. I think Beth Phoenix still has a bone to pick with Rhea Ripley, and I think this is the perfect time for her to enter the Rumble. I think Naomi might return. I think this would be a perfect opportunity for her to return as well. And I agree with Jacob. I think this is going to be the year that Chelsea Green also comes back. She just got done at Impact. Her contract's up. It's been up. What a better time to re-debut than Royal Rumble. Men's Royal Rumble. I went back and forth with this one, but ultimately, it seems like The Rock is just all but confirmed. Like he's not gonna be there. He is. If he does return, it's gonna change it completely. But I have Cody winning the Royal Rumble. Cody Rhodes will win. I don't know when he's gonna come out. Don't know anything about that, but he's going to be there. My men's Rumble X Factor is Matt Cardona. He has been teasing it and teasing it and teasing it. He may just be an internet troll. We all know he's a troll. That's what he does.
I was about to
He's
say,
been teasing a WWE return. So why not do it the Rumble?
I was about to say, if there's one thing, Matt knows how to do, it is work the internet and get over using social media and get talked about.
And I hope to God he doesn't come back as Zack Ryder. I hope he comes back as Matt Cardona. Because as much as I loved his theme music, the O Radio, he needs something else.
Yeah.
It's not going to get him over. My Royal Rumble surprises, who I think is going to enter and come back. I would love to see him. It's like I was talking about earlier. I'd love to see a Chris Masters return. I think Pat McAfee's going to show back up. And I ultimately, who knows? It's maybe Mr. Kennedy. Maybe we can hear that. Mr. Dude, if I hear that, I'm going wild. Just letting y'all know. And this is going to be a maybe on the return side. You got to include The Rock in there as a maybe because it's been teased. It's been hell. The poster is the most electrifying Royal Rumble.
Yeah, that's fair.
Why wouldn't it have him? But it isn't confirmed. He denies it. I'm confused. I don't care anymore. Royal Rumble's going an hour, 30 minutes, and 15 seconds.
Damn. Okay. So, my Bray Wyatt LA Knight match is the same as y'all's. I think Bray Wyatt's winning. I think the Roman KO, I want to say Roman wins. I almost want to pick KO, but not like I think if KO wins, it'll be by DQ. But I think at the end of the day, it's probably the safer bet to say Roman wins. Either way, Roman's going home with the title. He's not
I don't mean to interrupt you. If this was for just one title, I'd pick Kevin Owens.
That's fair.
And I would say Sami Zayn was going to do something to cost Roman the title. That's if it was for one title. They've already confirmed it is for both.
Yeah. Like I said, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter who wins. Roman's going home with it. He's keeping the title. But I think Roman wins. I think Bray Wyatt wins. And this one's kind of 50-50 for me. But since y'all both said Bianca, I'm going to say Alexa wins.
Okay.
I don't know why. It doesn't, one, I went last, so I kind of need to pick something different because if not, our picks are going to be exactly the same. I think Alexa wins. I don't necessarily think she's going home with the belt, but I do think she wins. So Women's Rumble, I had Liv Morgan selected until about 2 hours ago.
Okay.
I've had her. Like I said, I have it all typed up, nice little spreadsheet. I've had her filled in all week until about 2 hours ago, and I got to thinking, and it just it doesn't make sense to have a face go against a face as much as I want Liv to win. I think Rhea wins the Rumble. And my X Factor is Natalya.
Okay.
She
hasn't been on TV for a while, so
exactly. She's a veteran. She's she's not gonna do much, but she's gonna be there to direct it and make sure everything flows nicely. She hasn't been on, so she's gonna get that little pop. She always gets a pop because it's Natalya, but she's gonna get that little pop because she ain't been there for a minute. I think she's a really safe bet. I was gonna pick Lita, and then I was gonna go with Trish, and then I was gonna go with Sol Ruka from NXT to have like the Kofi spot, or Casey Catanzaro. But I think safe bet that's not like one of their everyday people. I think it's Natalya.
Okay.
My men's Rumble, obviously Cody Rhodes. I've been saying Cody Rhodes is gonna win the Rumble since he tore his pec and had to go have surgery after Hell in a Cell.
I'll be honest with you, I was calling it before that. When he returned to WrestleMania, I was like, he's not going after the title right away. He's gonna go for it the next WrestleMania.
Well, yeah, no, I figured he was going to win the title at the next WrestleMania, but once he tore his pec, I was like, oh, they're going to have the Cena pop from 08 where Cody Rhodes comes back, has this big, elaborate, over-the-top, lots of fireworks entrance, and then wins the Rumble. Kind of hate that he announced it, but I get why. But my X Factor, I was telling you before that it's kind of not really a surprise, but not somebody you would think of. And then once I say it, you're gonna be like, "Oh, I totally get it. It makes sense." My X Factor is Carmelo Hayes. I think he will at least do something. I mean, I think he'll be in it. That's once again, I'm trying not to pick like the super safe bets that are basically guarantees.
So basically, me and you are fighting for second place.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I don't know,
because looking at Jacob's picks, he's got it in the bag. Like,
oh yeah,
he picked nothing but safe picks. So
yeah, which is fair. I mean, it's strategy.
It's fair game. So
I'm hoping Sami Zayn doesn't get in there and Carmelo does, but I think Carmelo Hayes will be in there because Shawn Michaels loves him, Triple H loves him. He's young, he's athletic, he's charismatic. It's his nice little taste.
It's almost guaranteed that Braun Breaker is going to be in the Rumble.
That was my other one. I was trying to think of NXT people that could pull up.
Usually they put around 2 NXT guys in.
Yep, so those were my 2 that I was thinking, because the only other one really is Wesley or Dijak. Neither one of them are going to go.
Yeah.
Maybe Andre Chase or Grayson Waller.
I was about to say maybe Grayson Waller, but yeah. I mean, I think Carmelo Hayes is a great pick.
Oh yeah, that's what I mean. It gives him a little taste, Let's the crowd see, him. They've done it years before.
Because Melo don't miss.
Yeah, they've done it in years before. You do the Rumble and then you don't hear from them, and then they come back up to Raw all of a sudden, and
yeah,
like all he has left to do, I think, is win the NXT Championship. But it's like
he hasn't won the tag titles.
Yeah, but he's not going to.
Yeah.
I don't think him and Trick will. But it's just like,
I personally think Melo needs to drop Trick.
I don't know. I get it's somebody to have.
Imagine Melo joins Hurt Business.
See, I don't know, because I've seen like MVP's been real vocal about it on Twitter, like, oh, don't throw every African American in the Hurt Business, but it's like, realistically,
who else would fit the profile?
Bobby Lashley. I saw part of it. I think you get rid of Cedric and you get rid of Shelton
and bring in the Street Profits.
Yes,
I saw the same thing, and I was just about to say it. Um,
If not, you bring in Carmelo and Trick instead. So then you have
I
Omos, Lashley, Carmelo, Trick, and MVP.
I personally think if you're gonna turn the Street Profits, you need to split them up and turn Montez.
Really?
Yes, I think Montez should turn. He's getting tired of carrying Angelo on his back. I
Fair.
personally think he needs to. I I don't want it to happen. I want them to stay together, kind of like the New Day.
Yeah,
But if it happens, I think it should happen with Montez turning on Angelo.
that's fair.
Because let's be real here. Montez is a star.
Oh yeah.
He is. Angelo could be a star. He needs a little bit of work on the charisma side. But he could definitely be a star. If you get them both fighting for like a mid card title, you could bring that mid card title back to life.
Oh yeah. That's fair.
Or hell, even send Montez or Angelo back down to NXT, have him fighting for the North American title.
See, the only problem I have with that is at one point in time, right before he got called up, he was the longest NXT, like from the time he signed with the
Oh, was
company.
he?
Yes, he's been there for 8 years, something like that, 7 years.
Oh dang.
And he couldn't get a hold. He couldn't find anything that stuck. He couldn't
And then
wow anybody.
Montez.
And then Montez got signed, and him and Montez bonded and are like brothers now. And then that's what it finally everything clicked for him, and he was like, "This is what I've been waiting on." I think if you send him down there without Montez, I think he's just gonna disappear again. And
True.
but I don't know. That's me personally. I mean, it happened for 6 years until he got Montez. So
Yeah. Well, that's our predictions. Our predictions are officially locked in. We can't wait for the Rumble. I will be posting on TikTok, updating. I'll probably post Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and I'm gonna be videoing some stuff. I'm taking videos of the Rumble, and I might post those on the channel as well. I don't know if you're gonna post anything, Trey.
I probably will post a few TikToks. Little
Don't
Badger
expect
says, he says, I will look for y'all on the TV. We're going to be so damn high up in that damn stadium.
I personally, unless there's like something just straight boring going on, I probably won't post those TikToks until after the event.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I mean,
guys,
we've got 2 Rumble matches, to be fair.
True. I got a lot to video.
That's fair. Oh, you're not. I thought you were talking about like stuff during the pay per view. You meant like outside of it. I got you.
Yeah. Well, I think that's everything that we need to cover. I thought this was going to be a shorter episode. It's around the same length. We did a good job.
So I got a question.
Okay.
We're at the end. Do we want to do the 2 today in histories that are involved around the Royal Rumble?
You can go ahead and mention it.
All right. So on January 26th, 2014, Batista won the Royal Rumble match. It was his first match since he left the company in 2010, and he eliminated Roman Reigns. This was also the last match the Royal Rumble match was CM Punk's last appearance, and he walked out the following night in 2014. And then the 2020 Royal Rumble took place at Minute Maid Park in Houston. So we have 2 Texas Rumbles within 3 years? 3 years. This is the one that Drew McIntyre won, and Edge and MVP made their returns for the first time since 2011 and 2010. So this is the one where Brock dominated the first 13 or something like that, like 12, 13 people, and then McIntyre finally got him out. And then Charlotte Flair won the Women's Royal Rumble match that same year.
Before we end, because I looked up birthdays, I want to go ahead and wish a happy heavenly birthday to Jay Briscoe. I know it's a day late. That was a tough match to watch last night.
I watched it this morning at work and I started crying.
But other than that, you got today's birthdays: Road Warrior Hawk, Taylor Wilde, Evil, and Mercedes Monet.
I did see Mercedes post and Bailey post about her, but I didn't know about the other ones.
Mhm.
That's a lot of wrestling birthdays on the same day.
Yeah. Usually you have like one or two, but
I know 2 of them that have the same birthday as me. Do you share your birthday with anybody? Any wrestlers?
about to look.
So while you're doing that, I'll go ahead and say that I share a birthday with Chris Jericho and Pete Dunne, or Butch.
I share a birthday with a lot.
Of wrestlers?
Yeah.
Really? Who are they?
Nathan Jones, Trent Seven.
Okay, how in the world do we have 2/3 of British Strong Style sharing our birthdays with us?
Eve,
Okay.
and then Roe from War Ragers.
Hold on, Eve. Eve as in Brandy Rhodes?
No, Eve as in Eve from WWE, like Divas.
Was that not Brandy Rhodes' name?
No.
When's your birthday?
August 21st.
Oh, just kidding. She went by Eve, did she not? Oh, she went by Eden. My bad.
Yeah.
My bad. Close. I was close.
Sorry, Eve Torres. How about that?
Okay. I know who you're talking about. I could have sworn her name was Eve, but it's Eden. I knew it was something like I don't know how to describe it, like royal like that, I guess.
Alrighty, guys. That is going to be it for today's episode of Stable Connection. Please, please, please spread the word. Let people know. Tell your friends. Tell your family. Hell, tell your spouse. They may want to listen. But that's been it for today. We are Stable Connection. So please, please, please share it. Thank you guys, and have a great day.